This is 3FM.
So priorities, business in the area, trying to exploit further the USPs such as tourism that we have. We've got some of the best beaches in the island in Port Erin and Port St Mary. We need to do more with them. The commissioners do fantastic jobs on Port Erin Day and so on. But we can do things like we can put these Tarzan towers in the water. So at the moment we've got these little white rafts, which I used to play on as a kid. You only get about 5 kids on them. Now, if we get these Tarzan towers, you can have 40 kids, and they've got water slides, they've got trampolines, rope swings, the whole works. They'd be great fun. In fact, I'd be wanting to go back on it, but I'd probably capsize it. What I really want to get at, though, is yes, we need to make savings. Yes, we need to be more efficient, and that drives savings. But we also need to be careful that we don't slash and burn. That where it's appropriate, we do spend money. Healthcare, absolutely essential, we spend money on it. Education, absolutely essential, we spend money on it. Let's not take away the TV licenses from the elderly, and so on and so on. There are things we need to spend it on. I'm against consultants generally, but there are times and places where they're needed. Now I've got some figures here for consultants. In, I think it's 2011, £12 million was spent on 80 consultants or consultancy firms. £12 million on consultants. Where was the justification for it? What, £12 million? I'm still trying to get my head around this. I actually have here, and I will confess for the video camera, I have some provisional workings. Just this morning, prior to this interview, I started knocking up some notes on government largesse, wastage, where we've given away assets for undervalue and so on. And the figure I've come up with over the last 5 years is, and this is without even knowing the price of everything, because it was just a cursory look, 120 million has disappeared just like that. 120 million on wasteful projects, on giving away assets under value, on consultants. 120 million pounds, get your head round it. So we need to do something about this. Zero-based budgeting, priority-based budgeting, we come back to that again. Common sense. I realise that anyone going into politics will have a learning curve, but let's not kid ourselves. I'm not going for the Chief Minister role. I would need political experience to do that, of course. What I'm actually doing is I want to run for MHK and I want to represent my constituents first and foremost. Now, if I was offered a departmental role, I would take it. I don't think I've ever really said I want a departmental role. What I've said is I'm prepared to take one right from the off. And I believe that the skills I picked up in accountancy as a company director, what I have in teaching as well, my knowledge of education, I could sit in a department as a minister. Now, I don't believe for 1 minute that the Chief Constable's lying. That's certainly not happening. Now, nobody's lying. I believe what's happening is recorded crime is all we're getting in this report. But there's a lot of crime that goes on that doesn't get recorded. I myself, when I used to do security work many years ago, have been or had officers try to dissuade me from pressing charges or what have you. I've heard from a lot of people that goes on as well. Then of course you get people who won't record things. You have all manner of crime, and some people are just embarrassed. Oh, I forgot to lock my car. I forgot to lock my house. Or if it's a man who's been sexually assaulted, he's not going to come forward and report that. These are the things that probably don't get captured. So Mr. Watterson shouting from the rooftops about these reduced crime figures with 2016 compared to the 1970s. We've just covered the whole recorded crime element, but what about the fact that there are different kinds of crimes between then and now, and different population demographics, different types of crime, all these things. You just can't say we're a safer place to live just because recorded crime is down. I think you've got to look a bit deeper. Now, I believe we need to spend more on the policing. We need more police, and I want to see a police presence in the south, a regular police presence.
More music for the Isle of Man.
3FM.